Yes, my Between the Liners, welcome back to the Between the Lines podcast. It's time for a Man United reality check. The first video I ever did on the channel was a reality check, and these guys said that they need to humble me because when I did 5 reasons why Man United aren't that bad right now, I was chatting West apparently. So they come to humble me. We're going to do a reality check. Starting off on my far right, it's the original BTL pods, failed Wonder Kid. It's the Asian Andy Carroll, Haroon.
Yo.
Haroon. To my near right, you already know who it is. We signed him this summer. Today, he ain't come from the club, he's come from work. It's the Middle Eastern Mason Mount. Ryan.
Yes.
To my near left, this guy chats a lot of smack off camera, but on camera, he goes silent. It's the king of FPL, #1 in the BTL Pods Fantasy League. It's Naib.
Yo.
Come on, guys, let's get into the reality check. You guys might have seen my video of the 5 reasons why. If you haven't, go check it out. Links here right now. If you have, this is probably a different side to that video, or maybe not, because you know me, I keep positive. Ryan's quite positive as well. The two on the outside, not so much, but we're going to get into it. Lads, let's move on to the main man. A lot of people have been saying he's been partying too much in Brazil or something. I'm not so sure. Casemiro. Let me come to Naya first.
Go on.
What do you think about Casemiro? Do you think, is he finished like the narrative seems to be being put out at the moment?
No, obviously people are overdoing it, overstating his, like, I said in the last episode, last podcast I was in, physically he has declined, and you can see through the stats, and even watching the game, him by himself is not really doing him any favours. And also it's the way Ten Hag is set up, everything goes like his way, but he's not controlling the ball, he can't do that, and defensively he's not really up to scratch and how we want him to play.
Rooney, do you want to add on to that before I let Ryan come in?
No, I agree. It's like some of the stuff he's doing are stuff he was doing last season as well. But like Naib said, his duel rate in the Prem is down by 30%. He was one of the best at that last season. This season, it's clearly gone down a lot. But I don't think he's finished. I think he's just, as you would expect, as someone gets older, they've declined a bit.
I swear these men say other things off camera.
No, for me, like...
What?
No,
they were both saying other shit off camera, bro.
Bro, if I said everything you've said off camera here, this podcast will be shut down.
No, we can't be too harsh on him. Because like we said, there's all other factors.
Off camera, you man,
there's more variables.
But off camera, everyone exaggerates, bro. You exaggerate as well, bro.
Nah, do you know what it is? Like, for me, there's a lot of stuff I'm hearing, and I'm just like, bro, can't he just be in a bad run of form when the rest of the team's in a bad run of form? Like, he's 31, so he has to be finished. Like,
no.
If he was 24, no one would say he's finished. Like, last year was a fluke. It would just be, he's off form.
Brother.
Like, look, you might be right, and he might have declined physically, but you don't decline physically this much in 3-4 months. Like, it just doesn't happen. It's a gradual process. What he's going through now, the team's playing bad. There's no structure. He don't have his centre backs. The guy who usually plays out from the back to him in the right positions is Lissandro. He's not there. Dennis Shaw, he's not there. Yeah. So now he's receiving the ball in positions he shouldn't be receiving the ball.
Off Maguire and Evans.
We're turning over the
Bobbly
ball.
Pass.
We're turning over the ball way more than we should. Yeah, because none of the team's secure in possession. Then he's got to do a lot more work. Last year, a lot of what he does is breaking up play when we turn it over expectedly. This year, everyone's turning the ball over constantly.
But
He's part of
why
that.
is he doing a lot more? He just keep it simple. He can't even do the most simple thing.
No, because
he's always hoofing it. Like,
I don't know about
the
you.
First chance he gets.
But Ten Hag has asked him to do this sometimes. Because
but we don't know that.
No, we do know that. Let me tell you why. Did you watch the
Champions League game?
Yes.
That's right.
Erik Ten Hag called him over. And from that moment onwards, every ball he played, was first time.
Yeah.
Before that, he was taking touches.
Yeah.
And then Ten Hag called him over to the sideline. And from that point on, every pass he played was a first time out to Bruno and Rashford. Yeah. So that is an instruction because he wasn't doing it for the first 15, 18 minutes, whatever.
Did we score and then he started doing it?
No, he done it. We scored because he done it.
No, we scored and then Ten Hag called him over.
No.
So
he called him over before.
We conceded and then Ten Hag called him over. And that's when he started doing
He played it to Rashford for our first goal.
No, but that's I feel like that's different, man.
After he spoke to him.
That's where it's different.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
No, after he spoke to him.
Yeah.
But we hadn't conceded at that point. It was 0-0.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Because we scored first.
So yeah, obviously.
So you're blaming Ten Hag because of this?
I'm not.
He gave out the
what do you mean?
instruction to Casemiro.
That's not a bad
No,
instruction,
but
sir.
No,
Look.
that game's a different situation, bro. In normal games, he'll play it. It'll be a simple pass to a fullback, and he'll mess it up.
Not 100%, and that, but that's who he is as a player. He's always been that way. Last year he was the same. He's not like he's gone from 100% pass completion or 90%.
Yeah.
He's always at the 77 to 80%. He's the same
No,
this
but it's
year.
the fact that defensively now, like you said, the team structure
But
is not in
is the
place.
structure there?
Yeah, no, but he's
he's
part
playing
of.
by himself
He
in
is
midfield.
part of the reason the structure is so bad.
Of course he
when
is.
we turn over the ball, he dives in for no reason.
But he was doing that
Teams-
last year.
Yeah, he was doing that last year, but
But last year he was one of the
no,
best DMs in the league.
Last year his duel rate was 30% higher. Now
Yes,
clearly he's not
but
winning the ball as much.
of
He's
course.
diving in.
Yeah, but-
Teams are running straight out back four.
Haroon,
That's
if
a
you're on your
structural
ones in
issue.
midfield, yeah. Last year he had.
If
maybe
you're on your
Fred
ones,
Wilson,
okay.
yeah?
If you're on your ones in midfield and the ball's turned over, are you gonna go flying in? No, you're gonna drop
you
back
might
and you're gonna
be.
wait. No, you don't.
might be.
You don't
might
do what
be
he does.
because you
No,
wanna, because
no.
you haven't got no protection around you.
But he's always
You haven't
done
got-
that.
You haven't
If you
got the
have
pressure
no-
to let him come
My
to
brother,
you.
if you
You've
have
got to
no,
go to him
if you
first.
have no protection around you, the smart thing to do is drop back, wait for people to get back. You don't dive in and let attackers run at your back four.
No,
Casemiro
maybe you
is
do that
You
because
don't.
you haven't got the protection next to you.
Clearly,
so you got to go get that higher up rather than let him come to
Clearly,
you.
you don't do that because we're losing every game, and he does it every game.
But he's always done that.
And he's been at
He
fault
did
for
that
quite
last
a few
year.
of the goals.
He did that last year.
But last year he was winning a lot more of these challenges. He's
Okay.
not winning them
And he
now.
had
But
Fred Wilson
what you're
quite a lot
saying
as well.
is, yeah, and
Didn't
he
he?
had
Yeah,
a
Fred
back
Fred
four.
was more of squad player.
And
He
he
had
had-
Ericsson next to him most of the time, who was also like a flipping
But
Yeah,
cone.
Ericsson.
But him and Ericsson only started like 18 games together last year or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he always had Ericsson. He had Fred a lot. But also the other thing is he had a back four, an actual back four.
Yeah, yeah.
So adjust to that then. You know you
But
ain't
he
gonna
can't
have
adjust-
someone.
This is who he is. You're asking a 31-year-old.
Exactly.
He's always been like
he
this.
is.
So now
one
you're
of the
saying,
best DMs of all time.
playing this
In
way.
his prime, a world class footballer,
Playing this way.
and he's one of the senior players in the squad. You
Playing
should.
this
You
way.
should
No,
know.
what Haroon's saying is right though.
You
so
should know.
He's got to take some responsibility.
He does.
and change your game. a little
When
bit.
you're struggling,
You
you,
do,
look at your big
but-
players to
No,
fix
but
up
boys-
and sort out the team.
Boys,
He
you
doesn't
don't-
do it.
You don't change after 8 games. He's played this way his whole career. Yes, he has to adjust going forward, but you can't expect him to adjust in 8 games because last year he wasn't physically falling off. So now you're saying he's fallen off so much.
physically, I don't agree that he's falling off.
So
to be honest.
but even in 3 months, you're saying, he should change, bro. This is how he's played his whole life. He's always dove into challenges. For Real Madrid, he was doing it. For last year, for us, he was doing it. Yes, this year it's not come off, but it doesn't mean that he should just change the way he's played. It's been a success for him up until now.
yeah.
To ask him to, if this persists throughout the
But
year,
it's
then
impacting
you
the
look
team.
at him and
It
say,
is
you know
It's,
what?
it's negatively impacting
For me,
the
I would
team.
drop him for
So why
Amrabat.
would you?
I've
Yeah.
said the same thing, but what I'm saying is he should be dropped because he shouldn't play every game week in, week
Yeah,
out. We
yeah,
shouldn't
yeah,
be relying
100%.
on him every week,
Yeah,
week in, week out as a 31-year-old.
Yeah, we shouldn't be.
But we are.
All right, lads, let's move on. We've already mentioned him a little bit. It's Captain Fantastic, Portuguese Magnifico, or whatever they want to call him, Bruno Fernandes. Haroon, let's come to you, man. You talk a lot about Bruno Fernandes off camera.
Yeah.
What's your thinking at the moment? Do you think he needs to be taken out of the starting
He
lineup?
needs to be dropped
Are you
as soon-
disappointed?
Yeah, very. He needs to be dropped as soon as humanly possible, bro. It's not a new thing as well. It happened under Ole. It's happening now. When shit hits the fan, he just capitulates. He just starts hoofing the ball up. Literally, he just loses the ball every 2 seconds.
Haroon, are you not going to forgive him for
No,
being put in,
no.
in a two-man midfield?
No, he's not in the 2-man midfield.
Or
He's
on
in
the
the free-
right-hand side? Man's getting thrown
It
about
don't-
everywhere on
He
the pitch.
does the same thing in midfield. He gets on the ball
Yeah,
and
but he's not a
he'll
midfielder, bro.
force.
He's a cam. He's being played
Is
in
it a
midfield.
cam? Not what's the M in cam, my brother?
What?
He's a midfielder.
No, centre attacking midfielder. He's playing in the CM 8 box-to-box role, yeah?
That's where he played
No,
at
no.
Sporting Lisbon.
No.
Yes, it is. Go and ask
Yeah, but that's
Sporting
different
fans.
league, isn't it? It's different.
What do you mean, bruv? He's look.
Come on, bro.
8, 10, it doesn't matter.
Physicality
He
in
plays
Portugal.
it for
8,
Portugal as
10,
well.
doesn't
right
it?
wing,
Yeah.
it don't matter. Shit hits the fan. He loses his head and he just starts hoofing the ball up. No patience. He does it all the time, bro.
I agree.
And he's doing it right now. We're in a tough spot. You look at your captain, your big players take you out of it.
I think-
He don't do that. He just hoofs up the ball.
Kind
and
of
does
think
nothing.
they need to take the armband from him.
Low key, yeah.
Yeah,
I think he thinks now that he has an armband, he has to do even more,
I hear
and he just hoofs it up and just does
not,
my nine.
Not all players are captains, innit?
Yeah.
And like, I get why he has been our
Yeah.
captain, made our captain, but I also feel like he's too reckless as a character to be our captain. I said this then, like, I know there's not many options. I would have given it to Varane.
Same.
Like, I know he doesn't play every week, but he leads by example. He's won a lot. I think everyone at the club respects him. Not to say they don't respect Bruno, but he's just...
Yeah.
Bruno would still be captain often, but he just wouldn't have it permanently.
Yeah, on the arm.
Bruno's he's a leader, innit? The team respects him. They look up to him, and he's a leader. But
But I think that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Him and Rashford, the part of the problem that I have with them is that because there are better players, the team look to them to do something.
But they're
And
not the
because of
guys to
that-
do it. They crumble.
No, like when everything's going well for them, it looks good. They play this type of ball always, but when
Yeah.
shit's not going well,
It's
you need
horrific.
to relax and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't do
They
the
don't do it.
basics.
They
They
don't.
still keep playing.
They don't know how to
their
calm
way.
it down. They don't know how to do it.
Now, what are you saying about Bruno?
I agree with Haroon. Like, it's just like the players are looking up to these players, and they're not turning up, especially in big moments. The last game, Brentford, he didn't even do much. Apparently, he got man of the match, so
Oh, bro, I don't know how he finessed
someone
that.
awarded him.
No, I didn't think he did much, to be honest.
He didn't do
like-
much. He didn't do nothing, bro.
He put the ball in for Maguire to flick one.
Exactly,
He did that.
Wow, man took a set piece.
I don't know. I think
I'm surprised he got it
some
onto his
people are a
head,
bit
bro.
harsh,
I'm not gonna lie
We
to
kind
you.
of do need Bruno because he's our creator machine, innit?
He hasn't created
No one
shit.
else.
He's
No one
the
else.
driving force in the
He's
team.
not, man.
Like once he
He is.
ticks, like
He's
once
not anymore,
okay, let's
bruv.
say it might be another patch of bad form with him as well. Like he might be one of those players again.
He's playing out of position, bro.
No, but
No, that position thing is nonsense because if he's playing right mid, that's basically his freedom role. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Not really, because he's
It
got to
is.
track back there more than he has to do in the middle.
Bro, he
Yeah.
tracks back in midfield as well.
He does
His
that
work
anyway.
rate
He
is
does that
It's
anyway.
different, though.
His
He's
work
got-
rate
He
is
does that
not an
anyway.
issue.
His
going
work
against
rate is
fullback.
there.
Brother, his work rate
He's
is not
going
an
against
issue.
a fullback, huh?
His work rate is not an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bruno's work
his work
rate's
rate
never
is
been an
always
issue.
there.
But you can't just keep saying outright mid. He played 1 or 2 games outright wing. He
Yeah.
was doing the same shit when he was playing in
not
his
played
position
right
in
wing a lot.
midfield.
What, is there not an argument to say that you need to play him through the bad form to get him into the good form?
We've seen this again and again under different managers over the last 4 or 5
I'm
years.
saying
He's been
Bruno.
it. Yes, we've seen it again.
Let me tell you
So
why you
the
drop
same
him.
thing happened under Ole, bro.
Let me
The
tell you why
period
you
where Ole
drop
got
him,
sacked, he was stinky, bro.
That's why you drop him. Because he needs to realize that, like,
You're not on
He needs a
you're
reality
not
check,
playing. Yeah, you're not playing the way we need you to play.
Yeah.
And right now, we're gonna try and mount there. We signed a guy for 65
Yo,
million
I'm
who
on
wants to be
that.
a cam.
I'm on that.
Like give him a chance there. Let him play in the cam. Drop Bruno. Drop Rashford. Like this is what I've been
But
saying.
that's the issue. He's the captain. You can't just drop a captain.
No, but the thing is,
you
Bruno-
see with United, they create these own problems. Like
But Bruno's
these
not.
sticky situations for no reason. You
Bruno's
can't
not
drop
one
a
of them
captain.
players. No. He's not one of them players. I think who will
Like
cry
Ten
and
Hag
complain
trusts
about it
him
all.
now. Like he chose him to be captain, not Maguire. So like it looked bad on Ten Hag.
No.
What, do you think he shouldn't be captain right now?
There's better candidates like you said, Varane.
You give it to
But
Varane.
I
Bruno's
feel
still going to
like-
be captain because Varane's injured, so
Did
it
you
doesn't
see,
really matter.
No,
Oh.
so then does that make a difference, bro?
No, it doesn't.
still
right
gonna
now.
be captain most of the
No,
games,
that's what I'm
isn't
saying. Right now, it doesn't actually matter. I'm saying
Every
you should-
season, Varane's not really going to play that much anyway.
which is
Yeah,
why they
he's
should
not
have
on the
made Varane
pitch.
captain at the beginning. Is what I'm saying, because then Bruno wouldn't have the pressure.
no
of
one in the
being
team that
captain.
have that sort.
Last year, he didn't have the. He was our captain.
What the fuck?
What
is
was
that?
that?
Mosquito.
He was our captain, but he didn't. He wasn't our full-time captain. And I just feel like now he's trying to force things too much.
Do you think that's a burden on him? Then like it's like too much on his shoulders.
I don't want to say a
Holding him
burden.
back.
I don't know that that's the reason, innit? I just feel like he moans so much that if I was the other players, I'd be thinking, brother, your pass success rate is 56% and you're shouting at me like, relax, bro.
Yeah, one day Mount's gonna stick on him and it's gonna be Pete.
So say like,
Sancho
there.
already stuck it on him, bro.
obviously,
Has
huh?
You remember Sancho stuck it on him,
But
bro.
Sancho-
Man just
Oh,
stopped moaning.
Sancho
yeah,
can't stick on nobody, brother.
Yeah.
So obviously, right now, because let's be realistic. Do you think you take off the captaincy of Bruno, or it's too late?
No, I wouldn't now because now
too late.
that's a madness.
Yeah.
You can't strip him of the
There's
captaincy.
already enough stuff going around the club. You don't want another big.
Maybe the next
Blown out
international
proportion.
break, that's gonna be the big headliner.
Yeah, like I don't think you can take it from him now unless a big character comes in. Like, and even then, like Ronaldo came in and they didn't give him the armband, so I don't think like there's gonna be someone. It's just I'm saying in hindsight maybe he shouldn't have been made the full-time captain.
But don't you think like even the Glazers situation as fans is as a cloud over us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as players, it's going to be over them as
Yeah,
well.
of course.
It's a daily occurrence in their head that at this point we don't know what the Glazers are going to do. Are they going to sell? Are they not going
No,
to
but
sell?
that
Are they going to
shouldn't-
back the manager? Are they not going to back the manager? What's the chairman saying? What else is going wrong behind the club? The Greenwood situation, Sancho situation. There's more things that we
Once-
don't even see on a day-to-day
Once
basis.
you get on the pitch, that should not be in your head, bro.
Exactly. Yeah.
I played
No,
school.
but that is in your head,
It's
bro.
not,
It
bruv.
is. It
I could
affects your
have
performance.
failed an exam, gone to play school football, and my head's clear, bro. Once you get on the pitch, I'm not there thinking, oh,
Yeah,
I
but-
failed my. They're footballers, bro.
No,
I
their
promise
whole
you.
life is
I
football,
promise
though.
you.
Their whole
Once
life
you
is
hop on the pitch, none of them are thinking about the Glazers.
That's
bro.
true.
They're
That's
not.
true. But if the club's not running the right way and the structure's not in place in the right way, you might be on the pitch only thinking about football, but
you've been affected
already
already.
because
100%.
no, like
100%.
everything, bro. Just what, like I don't know. Do you watch other sports? You watch NBA. There's franchises there that are so bad, then they get one guy who comes in and he changes the whole flow of that team, and now all of a sudden that guy is playing so much better. It's not because like much changed. It's because they look at it and
Everything's
think,
been lifted,
I don't have to worry about that now. I can just focus on this.
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like it definitely hangs over. It's not an excuse for them because, like you're saying, they're professionals.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
It has an impact.
Of course, it has an impact.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, just don't be pussies. Go out on the pitch, give it all on, and leave it all out there. I don't feel like a lot of our players do that.
They ain't got heart, bro. They ain't got no heart.
They got loser mentality. They do.
Speaking of hot, this one gets a bit hot at the moment. People are talking about him a lot. I don't like it. I don't like the noise around him. It's the Sir, the Doctor, the MBE, the Masters recipient. Is that a word? Recipient? Yeah. Marcus Rashford, Dr. Marcus, Sir Marcus Rashford, MBE. I'm going to come to Ryan first.
Yeah.
Because I want to hear some positivity. Forget the reality check for a sec.
But
Let's take it back to 5 reasons why Manchester United ain't
I'm
that
going to
bad.
start negative though. We need to drop him too.
Nah, you need to play him into form.
No,
Nah, drop him.
Drop him now.
I don't think
The
he's
only,
been
reason,
that bad.
the only reason you say you could drop him because we have another player that could
Yeah, start a fire
cover
under his
him.
belly.
But
Like, you need to start a fire under him. Him and Bruno. We do need
seems like
them.
a punishment for him. Like I don't
Don't-
think that
bro.
even he deserves that.
Yes,
What, being dropped?
Yeah, being dropped.
he deserves it because how is Garnacho affecting games when you're not able to?
Yeah.
You're meant to be better.
Yeah.
You're 6 years ahead of him in development.
Yeah, exactly.
We need you to stop like half-arsing on the pitch. Stop playing hero ball all the time. Højlund's there. You're getting a lot of the blame for Højlund not getting the ball. Yeah. So now I feel like you're overplaying it to him. You're just all in your own head. Everything about Rashford, he gets in his own head. And I need him to just take a step back. Maybe that's by Ten Hag dropping him and saying, yo, come on last 30 and I want to see you run at a defender every time you get the ball. Do something.
What do you think is... Sorry, you finished? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do you think is the worst thing about Rashford? Is it decision-making and that's it, maybe?
Effort.
The worst thing about Rashford is...
Effort's wrong.
The worst...
Let me tell you why effort's wrong. Because he makes more sprints than any other player in that team.
Yeah.
You know what a sprint is?
Statistically.
Do you know what a sprint is?
No, do you know why? Because
he gets
he's
on the
making
ball.
more runs than anyone else.
He gets
And
on the
he's-
ball and he runs out of
Think
fullback.
about our...
He's a winger.
Think
He's
about
gonna
our
have
tactics,
sprints.
yeah? Our only tactic is to set up Rashford.
Nah,
He's
he runs
making more
behind and don't
runs.
get the ball bare times.
Bare time.
That's not the effort
There's
I'm
so
talking
much
about.
responsibility
That's not the
that's
effort
lied on
I'm
him.
talking about.
He's gonna get tired and not come back as much
No.
as you like him to. And maybe he's been told by the manager to cheat a little bit. Maybe he's been told to stay up there because
Yeah.
he's the only one that's gonna run in behind and try and get a goal.
I'm sure Ten
Obviously-
Hag told him not to jump for headers and not to go
No,
in for
that
tackles
I
and not to go in
disagree
for
with, yeah.
challenges. That's effort. That's the effort I'm talking about. He don't work hard enough.
What do you think that is, Ryan? Why does he go for headers? Though?
I said it off camera and I say it now. I think Ole ruined him in that aspect when he used to just keep playing him through injuries because Rashford never used to back out of challenges like this. And now...
Is that true, Ryan?
I'm talking about
this is
4 years
recent.
ago.
I don't think I've ever before now had a problem
more
with
recent.
with
Yeah,
Rashford
now,
not getting
yeah.
stuck into challenges and all that.
Like the effort thing.
You see it now, bro. Even you've probably seen it 1,000 times. When we went to the FA Cup final as well, easy header.
Yeah, I see it a lot.
I think it was up against Gundogan or something, bro. The brother didn't even jump, and the whole crowd started groaning.
Yeah. Can I say something? Like I feel for him. Like he's meant to be like the Man United boy, and Ten Hag has this relying of him becoming a franchise player. You mentioned a franchise player in the NBA. He's similar in that circumstances because signed a new contract now, a big money contract. So all the players are like looking up to him a bit. But another thing, he's been undercoached, man.
Yeah,
He's
of
been through
course.
so many different managers, different play
This is his
styles.
first coach.
Different systems, yeah.
It's so peak on him.
No
man.
left back this season as well. By
No
the way.
left-
I just
injuries.
want
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
sure you guys know that.
That affects him the most.
1,000%.
Literally,
Because
like,
I don't know
the
who it
tactics.
was.
You're going.
There was a 42-minute clip on Twitter of every time Rashford got on the ball for us this year and all of his battles and stuff.
Swear down.
Yeah. I watched it yesterday. And there's
was
like,
it?
yeah, every minute. And
Right, as fuck.
but every one-on-one situation he gets, he'll win like 7 out of 10 if it's one-on-one.
Yeah, he'll
The
beat.
problem is he
he'll
gets
beat-
doubled up
Yeah.
every game and we don't have a fullback taking that pressure off him.
Yeah, yeah.
So
He's got no
that
support,
hurts.
yeah.
And then also, he needs to just be better at
Yeah,
it.
that gets highlighted a lot, but obviously it's peak on him. There's no left back running behind.
You need to do better.
He does. There's been
He'll beat any defender. Like that's not like an argument, but like you said, the other opponent team they're doubling up on him. So he gets highlighted, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think he looks worse than he actually is because Garnacho comes on and looks crazy good, and he looks like he's going to impact the team. Whereas if Garnacho weren't doing that, you'd think
I think
Rashford
Rashford
was
did
doing
it.
okay.
I think Rashford
Because
did it.
I think you think Rashford was doing
Before
okay.
Garnacho comes on, everyone is saying, "Oh, Rashford's been shit." It's not like Garnacho comes on, then everyone in
I
hindsight
think
says
he gets
Rashford's
criticised
shit.
more than he deserves to.
No, he doesn't, because his decision making is horrific. I'll
but-
be honest
yeah,
with you.
no, I
gets
agree. It's been bad,
He gets
yeah?
the ball in such good positions and he messes up. Like, fair enough.
Yeah.
I hear you what you man are saying about him getting tag team. Yeah, fair enough. That's in certain situations, isn't it?
Now, he don't get the ball enough.
But but there's been
in
times.
good situations.
There was one game where he got the ball a good 7-8 times in a sick position and he chose the wrong choice every time.
Yeah,
he
no.
either shot when he should have passed or he passed when he should have shot.
We
he
know
does
his
it all the
decision
time.
making is woeful, and it always has.
He
been.
does do it. He does it all
Well,
the
what
time.
game was that?
I wanna say-
Brighton? No.
It was a game
I
where
think
there was
Brighton,
a good
I
few
think it was
times where
Brighton.
In the last game,
he could have passed to Højlund and he didn't.
He's always running into traffic. Where Garnacho,
Yeah, he does that as well, bro. He
He'll
runs
either
straight into
bomb
guys.
it down or he'll cut in.
Yeah, yeah.
Rashford doesn't do that.
Garnacho looks for an option, innit?
Exactly.
Like,
He
he
does,
thinks about what he's going to do. He's calculated.
The thing is with Rashford, yeah, and like this is what I mean. He gets in his own head. Like Garnacho goes out there and he's free as anything. He plays freely.
I love Garnacho.
Yeah,
man.
Rashford. That's how Rashford used to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's how he
100%.
used to be.
100%.
Now it's like, and because he's a United boy, because he's the franchise player, because he's the one everyone looks to,
Yeah.
that pressure's on him, and he tries to make stuff happen when he should just do the simple things.
man.
This is why I'm on him and Bruno, because I feel that they both do it. They try and make things happen sometimes when the teams just need you to play it simple. We don't care if you don't score this time, but if we keep getting it out to you, we're going to create space for other players. But he wants to go and take everyone on, and it'll be a 2-on-1 and he'll run at both of them, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
pass out of that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the problem.
But don't you think it's a bit unfair to criticise our two main players?
No.
When if they're not playing well, no one else is as well.
Yeah.
But they get scapegoated the most just because they're our best players. That's not fair.
That's football. That's
not fair,
sports,
bro.
my guy.
No, we need you.
We need you, bro. When your team's down and out.
sometimes they need the
Bruv,
team.
look at the best players in history. When your team's down and out, you step up, bro. Ronaldo used to step up. Messi steps up.
David
Michael
Becks.
Jordan steps up.
Just go to
David
Steph Curry
Becks.
steps up. Beck steps up.
Go.
Bro, these men don't step
Do you
up.
know
They
what it is?
crumble.
When your team is playing badly, yeah, you know what you do? You reset to basics.
Yeah, simple football.
Just go back to basics. Because on a basic level, your team should be better than the other team.
Yeah,
when
on
you're Man
paper,
United.
definitely.
Do you know what I mean? So if you just do the basics and they just do the basics, your basics should win.
Yeah, you should win.
Our team don't do that. Our leaders don't do that. Rashford's one of them. Casemiro is one of them. Bruno is one of them. That's why you could drop all of them because they don't do the basics. Garnacho will come on and do the basics. He'll play it out when it's a 2-on-1. He'll take them on when it's a 1-on-1. And you look at him and you think, right, he looks so good. Even though he might have just done the basics, he looks way better than Rashford because Rashford run into 2-man, 3-man every time.
Yeah.
Bruno tried to clip back post ball when there was only one player there marked by 2-man. Like those players, Casemiro, what was it against Crystal Palace? He's got Garnacho through on his left. He fucking
Bangs it on the
dinks
right
it
for
to
no
the back
reason.
post, out of play. Simple decisions that when you do them over and over and over again, it makes you look like you've played well. And those moments there, if Casemiro plays that to the left and Garnacho scores, it's a different game.
Exactly.
I've got a question for you, man. Do you think that Rashford is capable of playing with like a competent number 9? I know he
Yes.
had a good season with Martial that
Yeah,
one
he
season.
can. He can
but
definitely.
looking at his play style, I don't really think he's a striker's dream, innit? He's not really a striker.
He can be. He
He's
has
not
the
strike.
In 2019, we saw the best
Yeah.
Rashford. That was the best version of him. He and Marshall linking
Electric.
up well.
He's different
Do
to
you
that.
think
though. His
Højlund could do
style
that?
was different to that.
The thing is, it's
Højlund's
what he's
also
saying
not
is right.
Martial at the same time.
Yeah, like
They're
Martial
different
was a
styles.
guy who would come short and link up with you. He loves
He
that
could
shit.
play left wing
Højlund's a
and
guy
back
like,
or
look, I'm gonna get myself in the position to score. Give me the ball and I'll put it in the net. Innit? Martial's more like, look, I'll come short.
Play it
We'll
around
play a
the
couple
bit, work our way
1-2s,
up the
open
pitch.
this space up. Boom, you run in there.
The thing is,
Bam,
though,
I'll get you the ball.
he played well with Martial in 2016 when he broke through as well. And Martial
Yeah.
back then was a different type of player. Back then,
He
he
was a
would
left
stretch the
winger,
team.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
was a wide
true,
back.
yeah.
I think he can play with Højlund. It's been 10 games. Like,
Yeah, it's
everyone
early
needs to
days,
chill.
it's early doors.
Also, that's where Shaw will help massively.
Yeah.
Where he's got the overlap option, he plays it to Shaw. Shaw puts it into the box for Højlund. That's where that link up will happen. I don't think Rashford and Højlund in itself is a link up. There's not many winger to striker link ups. You get like Kane and Son, but Son was more playing as the striker and Kane was dropping into their 10. Like I don't expect a partnership with them two. Like I only
No,
a
I think you can expect a partnership.
I
wouldn't call it a partnership.
yeah,
But
because
they should be because they are two most attacking players.
It doesn't
Or
mean
highest
it doesn't
players
mean
on
they
the
have
pitch.
to be a partnership.
But it should be, no?
I feel like Højlund is not really the type of player that a winger would make a partnership with.
Bro,
it should be Rashford takes on his man.
It should
into
be-
Haaland.
It should be
If anything,
Bruno.
yeah,
and
that's what I was gonna
Haaland.
say.
It should be
If
Bruno
anything's a
and Haaland.
partnership-
That's a different partnership.
No,
That's
like,
another partnership.
that's the main.
Think of
partnership.
City, yeah?
KD and
KDB and they got a striker who's big, tall, runs in behind. He's relentless.
No one expected a Mahrez.
Bro, I'm not seeing no link
Like,
up with him and Grealish and them, man, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
It's your midfielder, your creative midfielder is the one who should create a partnership with a striker like
At the
that.
moment, Bruno's not being played in that position either.
Bro, he's played in that position plenty and he's been
Has
poor.
he?
Yeah.
He's played 2 games at right wing. I don't know what you're
No, I'm
making
talking
out.
about centre attacking mid.
My brother, he plays as an attacking 8. That's basically attacking midfield.
No,
He
he
played.
never-
He
he-
played
that's
there.
his
way
Wait,
deeper.
okay,
No, he's way
tell me where he
deeper.
played last season.
You know De Bruyne's
his
Tell me where he
position
played last season.
That's his position.
He played in
though.
the exact same place last season,
He's
and
an
we said it was
It
his
was
best season.
Casemiro, Ericsson, and Bruno was in the 10, and Ericsson
No,
was
they
in
were
the
both
8.
eights. Ericsson's not.
It was 2-8.
It was only
Ericsson-
one game. where it
Ericsson was in the
2-8.
8.
That was against Everton.
No,
with me.
literally,
No,
we were just praising Bruno about him dropping deep and then like.
If Ericsson was an
Yeah, but
8,
he
we were
shouldn't
calling
have
him
to do that,
a
bro.
traffic cone last season, bro. Man, we're dribbling past him like it's
What's he
nothing. We're
talking
talking
about?
about him in
Say
8.
like it's Amrabat and Casemiro in the midfield, yeah. Then I can.
No.
What you're saying is true for me. Then Bruno's in the 10, and then he has that freedom.
That
to
doesn't.
break.
That
But
literally
when
doesn't
it's
make
not-
sense.
when it's
So
not
you
Amrabat
just
and
contradicted
Casemiro,
yourself.
So you've got no 10.
You just
We don't
contradicted
play with a
yourself
10
because
then.
you just said Ericsson
I'm
was.
saying when
You
it-
just said Ericsson was an 8, and now you're
He
saying
was.
if Amrabat, and Bruno played hard last
No,
season
but
with
when
Ericsson at
Amrabat
8.
and Casemiro play, it's a different.
Yeah, that's
wait,
double
who's the 8
pivot.
in that though? Who's the 8 in that?
Casemiro's going to be the 8.
Yeah,
Amrabat's going to be
Amrabat
the
would
6.
stay
The
deeper.
deep
I don't know if I
line
like
player.
that.
What do
No,
you mean?
that's better.
Casemiro's better getting forward
Casemiro
than
as a
Amrabat.
destroyer.
You want Amrabat at the
Bro,
back.
who, okay, let me just put it this
Amrabat's a good
way.
8 as well,
Who,
though.
who would you
no.
rather crash the box, bro? Amrabat or Casemiro, bro?
Bro, I'll take Amrabat.
No,
You're mad,
you know,
man.
You don't understand in football. man.
Amrabat got no creativity and no goal scoring
No, he has,
ability.
man. That's-
He
That's a
doesn't.
myth. That's a myth.
He's a
That's
deep.
No, he's a creator
deep
from deep.
player.
Deep
Bro,
line
I
player. He's good
promise
on the
you.
ball. He pick
Yeah.
up the ball.
He's
for
a
the
deep
first
line
phase.
player.
He's never played further forward. What?
Isn't it?
There's a reason he's playing. There's a reason he's playing. left back.
See the vision.
No, there's no
You're blind.
vision.
We don't
The
trust
his vision,
The
blind.
vision
We
is
don't trust
Mount.
his
These man need a
The
reality
vision
check.
is Mount and Bruno, and then Amrabat in the 6. I'm
you,
not trying to do this fucking. What are you talking
No,
about?
but let's say Casemiro and Amrabat played in the middle together.
Yeah.
And
Like
Bruno's
double pivot.
man,
Double
doesn't it-
pivot. Double
I want-
pivot.
For, let's
I
just
want
say
Hannibal
double
there.
pivot, yeah.
Okay.
But let's just say it's Bruno
Nah,
there.
give it Hannibal.
Don't you think Bruno plays better knowing that Casemiro and Amrabat are behind him?
No, I think he
And he has
tries
more freedom.
I think he
played-
does the same way he's
does
playing
that
now.
anyways.
It doesn't
he
make
just
a
has
difference.
two people behind him, so we're not saying.
But he can be
he's
more
getting-
forward.
It
He can be
doesn't,
more
bro.
forward.
What
He
you're
can
saying
stay
doesn't
more
make
forward in
sense.
that
He's always
situation.
forward.
Last season he
No, he's
played
not.
well, and he didn't have two defensively solid
No, but
midfielders.
I'm saying
like
you play
that.
better if they
Bro,
were.
just load
behind
up.
him.
Last
Just
season
load
was
up
his
his
best
heat map.
season.
Just load up his heat map because I know when you're looking,
He runs around.
Him and Mount are going to be here next to each other
Yeah,
in
furthermore,
both in the 10.
Mount works harder defensively as well. Mount's the one who's usually more deep than Bruno in games.
Does
when we
Mount
play.
work
Yes,
harder defensively
yes,
than
yes,
Bruno?
Mount
Yes,
is- Mount is
Mount.
an animal.
Mount's a
He's
beast,
work
bro. He
rate.
works
More than
hard.
Bruno?
He's a
Yes,
workhorse.
more than Bruno.
Mount,
workhorse.
Mount might be the best in the world from that position at present,
Best,
like
yeah.
doing
Yeah.
that.
That's
Big up
suffocation.
Mount. Big up Mount. I like him so far.
I like Mount.
All right, just before I move it on to
Just
the
drop Bruno.
final
That's-
thing,
that's what I'm saying.
I was going to say this is the final question I have before I move on to the main topic. Yeah, are you going to say that you both or you all want to drop Bruno and Rashford
Yes.
both at the
Yes.
same time?
Yeah.
Bro, I
Our
told
two main match winners
Listen,
from last
our
season.
best performance this season was against Palace. Fair enough, it was in the cup. Them two didn't play, and we played football.
We had
bro.
better chemistry.
I was there.
Yeah,
we played.
we
well.
played
But
football,
Palace
bro.
were shit, bro.
yeah.
I hear that,
But they still
Palace
played a
are
similar
not. Palace are not good. They're not good when they pulled up to Old Trafford 3 days later. They didn't suddenly
But that
become a
was their
good team.
first team, a different team.
That was our first team as well, apparently, and it looked like
And we
worse
got
than
worse,
our other
bruv.
team. What I'm saying
So
to
you man
you
will
is,
say you drop. Say we got Sheffield United next.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we might. This is a good risk to take. Like
True,
we're playing
true.
Sheffield.
Yeah.
If you're gonna drop
Yeah.
them,
him,
it's
but
drop
it
I'm
doesn't
not.
work.
I am
That's-
dropping them, and I'm playing Hannibal or Mount and
Hannibal.
fucking
Amrabat.
Garnacho.
Yeah.
No, Garnacho wide, and I'm playing Hannibal in the 10 or Mount in the 10 now. It's fine.
Wait, so,
whatever.
wait. So you're dropping Bruno, Casemiro, and Rashford? That's
Yeah,
what
I'm
you
dropping
want
them. No, I'm not dropping. I'm not dropping Casemiro for this away game. I'll play him and Amrabat. I want to see if they can work. If it don't work at half time, I'm taking off Casemiro.
You can always change it. bro.
Haroon Naib, are you dropping Casemiro from the starting lineup? Casemiro, Bruno, and Rashford for the game against Sheffield United. Three of our biggest
Yes,
players from last
I
season.
would.
Don't wait, but
That's a big.
They won
That's
us
a
the
big.
trophy.
That's a
would.
big.
They won us the trophy
I
and
would.
got us third.
Name me
Personally,
two.
I
Name me two
would,
Sheffield players.
But I can't see Ten Hag doing.
Name me two Sheffield United players.
Bogle and Archer.
But that's stinky, bro. You're telling me we can't rock up there with Amrabat, Mount, and let's say Hannibal, and it's not good enough midfield to beat theirs.
It should be. It should
It's
be.
not a game
That
where you
midfield
need.
has more balance and more legs.
no, I'm not doing it. The only reason I'm playing Casemiro and Amrabat is because we're going to go and play City the next week, and I feel like we're going to need those two to be in that team.
You need that rehearsal.
So I feel like you need a rehearsal. I'm not saying that you can't rock up there and play the others. You can, but I'm playing them two because I'm going to rely on them throughout points of this season where I need you to have a partnership. So
You
I'm
need them
playing
to
you
work
two.
together,
Yeah, so I'm playing them two. I'm dropping. Look, we know what Bruno and Rashford are going to do at their best and at their worst. We know what they're going to give us. We don't need to worry about them. You can put them in the team that game. If in the 45th, 50th, 60th minute it's not working, you bring those two on, obviously. They need to go off because right now they're playing against us. No, but bro, for real, like the team is already playing badly, and then you two just keep giving the ball away. All you two want to do is fucking hero ball.
Everyone does it, bro. Well,
So
not everyone.
Say we win against Sheffield United, Rashford and Bruno, we keep Casemiro in there for a sec. Rashford and Bruno have been dropped. We win 3-0, it's fluid. Man United are back, Garnacho is on the madness, Mount's on the madness. We go to Copenhagen, what happens? Because I think we've got Copenhagen midweek.
Yeah, we do.
Before the City
Yeah,
game.
we do.
So
Yeah.
we've just won 3-0 against Sheffield United, we played well. What happens now? Do you bring in Rashford or Bruno for that game?
Yeah, you bring
It's a
them in.
Champions
You know
League game.
why?
It's a must-win game. That Champions League
you bring
game
them
is a
in.
must-win
You bring them in
game.
so you can drop them again against C.
No, Premier League is the
That's what I
right
was going to ask.
Rotation.
That's what I was going to ask next.
Rotation.
But say they do well against Copenhagen.
Then you maybe start one of
Then
them.
they've played their way in.
No,
innit?
the thing is, I wouldn't drop Rashford because he's our only outlet.
No,
he's not.
Not
I wouldn't.
if Garnacho's there.
Garnacho and
You play
Højlund.
both. You
No
play
one
both.
scores other than Rashford, bro.
Stick Rashford right wing.
No,
or-
don't stick Rashford
Rashford right
right.
wing.
He's the only one who can do
Anthony's
it.
back, bro.
Can't put him.
Anthony's playing right
Alright,
wing.
whoa,
There's
whoa,
no-
whoa.
Oh
There's no,
my days,
bro.
Anthony.
Look, you lot can say it all my days.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Ten
play.
Hag is picking him.
Yeah.
All right, so let's just forget about that. Anthony is starting right wing.
Let's get on to the final topic. This is the main man. I'm going to come to Naib first, yeah.
Let's go.
Because let's hear you open up your heart and be real for once on camera, yeah?
What? I'm Ten Hag out.
Whoa.
Straight up.
Did you man hear that, yeah?
Get him out of here.
Get in the
man.
comments
Get
and let
him
us
out.
know.
Come at
Did you
me. I
just
don't
hear
Get him
care.
out of
Alright,
here.
Tell us.
Ten
What's-
Hag, obviously,
What's the
like-
problem with Ten Hag for you?
Like, starting from last season, we had this ambition of him, like, oh, he's going to change up the club. We gave him that. We gave him that role of picking the transfers, controlling the team, the changing rooms. It started off badly, especially because it started off with the Ronaldo thing. Ronaldo wanted to leave the club. He was stalling a bit because we couldn't find a replacement. His transfers weren't that good as well.
Wait. Can I stop you right there?
Go on.
Ten Hag did not stall him.
Yeah, Ten Hag wanted him
that was
gone.
the board, bro. Ten Hag didn't even want him, bro.
All right.
Ten Hag made him
I was going to
captain.
mention the book because we all know the owners and the United board.
Yeah,
are
but how can you
shit
blame that
all.
on Ten Hag then? That's not his
The
fault.
third person is the manager. The manager's meant to manage the team.
That's all
hasn't
he's
done-
meant to do. That's his job.
That is his job, exactly.
Just to manage the team.
Just to manage the team.
All
And
the
he
stuff
hasn't
you're
done-
talking about is not his job.
It is his
The
job.
fact that they've
to
given
manage
him
the
that
team.
as the role is
It's
their fault.
Exactly.
That's not on him.
Okay, fair enough, but he still has to
Imagine
manage
you
the team.
get a job and they're like, yeah, now run the company. That's basically what you're saying.
That's what the owners are doing to Ten Hag.
That's not his job.
That's the
But
owner's fault.
he's still like taking the responsibility to do that.
Says who?
The
I
board.
think he has. I think he's
No, no.
taking the
I
full
think he's
control.
asked to
Okay,
take
the players he's asked for, he has not always got.
Yeah.
So if that was the case, he would have got Frankie. He didn't. They only brought Casemiro and Anthony after we lost and they panicked.
But Frankie, like, how do you know if Frankie was going to turn out the same way as Anthony did?
You
'Cause
don't.
we've seen-
but
no.
that's who he
Imagine he
wanted.
turned out
No,
to be
it's
another
different.
dud.
It's because we've seen Frankie de Jong play at
What,
Barcelona.
in 2019?
No, at
Last
Barca.
year,
At
bro.
Barca.
Last
He's
year,
playing at the
La
even
Liga,
though
La
he's
Liga is not that
hooping.
good.
It don't matter. In the Champions League, you see
La
it.
Liga's not that good.
Bro, he came to
So
Old
you can't
Trafford and
sign
bossed
players
us,
from
bro.
nowhere. If La Liga's not good, you can't sign players from
Yeah,
nowhere.
La Liga's
Unless
not
you're
that
signing them
good.
from
Bro,
England.
we know Frankie is good in it. We've seen him in Champions League. We've seen him play for one of the biggest clubs in the world. Anthony was literally just at Ajax, innit? At the end of the day, it's on the higher ups in the club to protect managers from themselves. At the end of the day, innit? Pep doesn't go to City and say, "I want this guy, I want this guy, I want this guy." He says, "I want this type of player." They have a director of football. He'll go find players who fit that mold. He'll come back to Pep and say, "All right, these are the players. Tell me which one you want." No football club is run where the manager says, "I want him, give me him now," and they get him.
Klopp wanted Draxler, not
Klopp
Yeah,
didn't
not-
want
not Salah.
Klopp didn't want
A
Salah and
competent
Mane.
club will
He
have a
wanted
director
Jackson
of
Rice.
football.
Yeah.
Of course, United don't have that. But
We-
at the same time, he had the freedom of picking
Yeah.
Anthony. He obviously didn't
Why,
get
Exactly.
why, wait, why do you think he signed these players?
What do you mean?
Why do you think
He
he
signed
signed
Anthony in
Anthony,
them,
Because
Lisandro?
he coached them before.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
He
He
knows
trusts them, yeah. So he's thinking,
Yeah.
I've got this philosophy. I want to implement it. They're not giving me the players I want. So let me get players who already know this
Yeah.
role. Because it was by the time he signed Anthony, yeah, you couldn't sign another right winger and give them the preseason to bed in, yeah, because you started the season. We signed him third game into the season. 3
And you
games
spent
in,
a lot of your budget
Yeah.
on that player because you took too long.
So
to sign.
now, because you could have got him for 50 million
Yeah.
3 weeks before that. Anyway, they didn't have that. They've not given him that. We lost our first 2. They've panicked. They've thought, shit, let's give him the guy he wants. Now we've had to pay 40 million more for him. And if you paid 50 million for Anthony, you'd be thinking, all right, like he's
It's
an
all right.
okay
Yeah,
player.
yeah.
Like he might not be even
You
50
judge him
million
differently.
worth, but you judge him a bit differently. Now he's a 90 million pound player. Ridiculous. So that in itself is the ball's fault. You can't blame Ten Hag for that.
Wait, sorry. No,
Yes, you
I
can.
I interrupted you earlier. Do you want to carry on? What's going wrong with Ten Hag?
No, I think there's like three main things. I said like his transfers, his player management hasn't been really good, and the main thing
Hasn't been good.
hasn't been good, and his style of play, we haven't seen that. He was meant to do this last year, and we all predicted this. We were saying we could finish 6th as long as we see improvement on the pitch. We didn't do any of that. We just went through results game.
What?
And then this year, now it's backfiring because now we're forced to try and play good football, but we're not doing that. And results are not coming in.
No, it's not. You can't say that.
Lads, what do you think in response?
There's
to
no
All of that is nonsense.
Yeah, there's no man.
Every single point. was
Even-
Don't
nonsense.
ever say that about my cousin again.
Brother,
bro.
go on, go on.
Don't ever say that again. bro.
Let me start with the transfers. I already did, but that's
Yeah,
not on
forget
him.
transfers, go
Yeah?
on.
That's not on him. Yeah. Now the actual football on the pitch, there is an identity to this team. The players that have come
What,
in,
playing
Is
like a
he
mid-table
he,
football?
he wants to play in
Okay.
his build up. He wants to have a 3 at the back. Yeah.
Does he?
Yes,
Yes. He wants to have a 3 at the back in build up. So he
From
wants
goal kicking?
And how many times have you seen that? How many
In
times have you
build-up,
seen
man.
that?
every play we do it. The players just are not capable of doing it.
And whose
So
fault is that? That goes back to the first
No,
point. His
it doesn't.
That's the
transfers.
club's fault for not
What do you mean
giving.
club's fault?
It's
He
not.
had
It's
the-
not his players that are
Alright.
being bad, is
He
it?
brought the players
Did
in.
he buy
Okay.
Maguire? Did he buy Lindelof? Did he buy
Lisandro.
Dallo?
Then he got
The
then
players he
now it's the
bought.
player management
His
again.
the players he
He's
bought.
You
holding
can't
on
even
to the
prove
only one.
30-year-old players.
Yeah.
You can only.
But you could coach them. He's
And
a
he
coach.
has.
He's
He got
meant
the
to
best
be.
out of them.
He's meant to be a coach. Like
He got the
coach
best
that
out of them. The best we could
Listen,
do
it's
with
not-
that team is 3rd, and we won a cup, and we went to
Yeah,
another
we did.
final. If you expect Maguire and them man to become world beaters overnight,
gonna happen.
that's
I'm not saying to be a world beater.
That's a
I'm
delusional.
saying to do
thought.
basics right. He's not showing.
That's not on
They
him
did
to
the
make them do
basics right.
basics right. though, is it?
He's the one coaching the team, managing the team.
Which guys are you talking
setting
about?
it up.
Lisandro come in, he can
Not
play
Lis-
the role.
To be fair, Lisandro's
Okay,
been
listen-
bad this season. Huh?
Yeah, but
No,
he's
that's
been
injury.
injured.
No, he's
yeah?
playing
He's
through
playing
injury.
through
Okay,
injury, man.
I hear that.
Par Lisandro, because he's been our player of the season last year. We all said that.
Casemiro was our player of the year last year too. One of them.
No, we didn't. I don't think.
He was in the conversation.
Casemiro
We had that
also.
maybe beginning of the year.
Yeah, but
to March.
the reason we have Casemiro again goes back to the club. He didn't want Casemiro.
He wanted Frankie.
Frankie, who would have been able to play this way of football. The club panicked, dropped 70 million.
But even
Casemiro.
look,
But I think that we would have seen maybe the same problem as well.
No,
No, we wouldn't have because Frankie is
I don't
so
know.
good on the ball.
I don't think you understand how much of a revolutionary signing Frankie would have been in the midfield, bro. He would have completely changed the way we're playing
But it was
football.
also an unrealistic signing.
It wasn't.
It
It was.
wasn't,
no,
It was
they're
there.
both the same
It was
price.
there to get in it.
It was he just declined United.
Yeah,
that was a big difference. So do you want that?
But
as
I
well?
would as well.
old money,
If
right?
Barcelona owed you 17 mil, would you say,
They've-
all right, keep the 17 mil, let me go? I wouldn't do that
Fabrizio
either, mate.
reported he agreed with Ten Hag that he would sign if
Barca paid him.
Barca
money.
wanted him to go and paid him out, basically. Because he, at that point, they weren't sure, they thought they had to sell him. So he was looking, he was like, cool, I'll go United. He wanted his money. That's all that held that deal up. So when he says unrealistic, it wasn't. Because
was
the
there.
guys who were transfer reporters were reporting that he's agreed terms. It's just that
He
sorting
needs-
out the
he
rest
needs
of that
Wait,
stuff.
Ryan, let's take it back to what Nai's point was about the play styles, because this is something I almost agree with him as well. What I do, to be honest, I ain't really seen it on play style, bro.
Alright, now
You
go
can't
through the first 11.
teach an
yeah?
old dog
Go-
new tricks,
Go through
bro.
the first 11, yeah? How many of those are his players?
All right, Martinez.
Yep.
Are we including
Onana.
signings as well?
Onana.
Signings.
But no, you can't do
They
this.
are
Don't
his
do
players.
man who don't do man who haven't
Essentially,
played
they
together
are
yet.
his players,
innit?
though.
Not one game has been all his signings playing.
Højlund.
Martinez, Casemiro.
Højlund.
Who else do you want me to say?
Amrabat.
No, I'm saying last year. Go off last
Oh,
year.
last year.
Because
Eriksen.
this year
Eriksen.
we haven't finished yet. Yeah, Eriksen.
Eriksen.
Yeah,
Anthony.
yeah.
That's
I
it,
think
bro.
that's it.
In the first
What is it?
11,
Four.
that's it. There's only 4 players.
Is that what we
Exactly.
signed last year?
That's-
Yeah.
That's not
And
all we
then-
signed.
That's what
We had
any
Messi
World
on the
Cup
bench
could only
and
that.
do.
And then Malacia.
You can't really change that whole 11 except for Chelsea.
All right. No.
No, but
Well,
no-
I'm not
you
saying
can't
change
really-
your
that's
11.
unrealistic.
Exactly.
We're not saying change the whole 11.
Exactly.
What we're saying is you expect a play style when
With
the
4 man.
full the guys who have signed this team all have different play styles. Last year's
Bro,
team,
Lewis
wait,
Dunk is balling out of Brighton.
bro,
No, but
listen,
different
listen.
teams. Yeah, different.
Man,
different.
Man United had De Gea in goal, who was signed by Alex Ferguson. You had Wan-Bissaka at right back, who was signed by Ole.
Ole.
You had
Maguire.
Varane, who's signed by Ole. You have Shaw, who's signed by OVG. Then you had in our midfield, you had Casemiro, who's signed by Ten Hag. You had Bruno, who's signed by Ole, and you had Eriksen, who he signed. Yeah. Then up front, you have a youth product in Rashford. You have he's signing in Anthony, and up front we had
Weghorst,
Martial, who is a Van Gaal signing, or he's signing in January,
Yeah.
or Ronaldo, who's Ole
Well, I
signing.
don't even think Weghorst is his signing.
So you've got in
hand
that
side signing.
there 4 or 5 different managers who play all different styles. LVG to Mourinho to Ole to Ten Hag. That's 4 different guys who play complete different style football. And you expect him to get that out of them.
Obviously, I don't
Now, when
expect-
you're saying you've got Lewis Dunk balling, yeah? Lewis Dunk came from Graham Potter, who plays very similarly to De Zerbi, which is a structure in place
bro,
that Brighton...
before that he came from Chris Hughton, bro.
Yes.
It don't matter, bro.
And who plays football.
No,
They-
he doesn't. Chris
In
Hughton.
the Championship.
Not in Championship, in Premier League. Though.
Yes, but-
he wasn't playing football with Brighton.
Okay.
They were stinking it out, bro.
All right, but
No,
you're-
Brian were different.
if Dunk came to Man United, we would look at him and be like, he's not good enough.
Yeah, he'll be shit.
Yes.
You'd be like Maguire.
No, even if he came to United and plays how he does now, we wouldn't be
It wouldn't-
saying
it's
he's
not good
sick.
enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's different pressures at a club like Brighton and a club at United.
And beyond that, they have a structure.
very different.
If De Zerbi goes tomorrow, they'll bring in a new guy who's
And
he'll
he'll be
play
the same.
style because all of the guys they sign fit that philosophy. We don't have a philosophy.
Tottenham.
We're relaxed.
Postecoglou. He's changed it around.
No, okay, but that's different. Do you know why that's different? Because Spurs, we knew they had the players to play good
Better
football.
football.
How do we know that?
Because Poch
We've
did it.
seen, yeah, Poch did it. We saw Kane ball out. We've seen Son ball out. Hoiberg, we've seen be solid.
Yeah, but you can say the
Bentancur
same
came
thing
from
about
Juve.
United.
And
Exactly.
you
On
can't-
paper,
wait,
on
wait,
paper,
wait,
on
listen,
paper,
on paper,
you can't say the same thing
were
about United
capable of
because these
doing
same
this.
players have let down previous
But-
managers
but
again
even-
and again and again.
So did the Tottenham
Bro,
players.
even
The
Tottenham.
Tottenham players
Wait.
they had 3 shit defensive managers. They get an attacking manager. Suddenly you see the potential of the team. We had shit defensive managers who brought these players in and built this team.
Bro,
and you want them to go and play
wait,
expansive
who are we
football.
talking
It
about
don't
from
work.
Tottenham? Because you're talking about Udogie, who's a new signing, Van der Ven, who's a new signing, Romero, who we already knew was good, Maddison, who's a
Yeah.
new signing, Basuma, who never played, who's basically
We
a
knew
new
how
signing.
good he was as
So
well.
their actual 5 best performing players this year are new players, basically. So it's not like we're sitting here saying, oh,
But
they're
the whole
playing
team
with...
has changed their style.
Because they
Yes,
always, bro,
but-
they had this locked up inside of them, and they had 3
Not
defensive
even that,
managers. It's
bro.
different.
Do you think Tottenham have
How
been
can it
that
be locked
good?
up inside of them?
Do you
Brother,
think
if
Tottenham have
you
been that
have
good?
Jose Mourinho
Exactly.
and Conte,
But they played better and
If
they showed
Tot-
the style of play in 8 games.
Yes, they've shown us
They
style
had
of
the
play.
players to do it.
United have shown
We
styles
don't have
of
the
play
players to do it.
in patches throughout the time. We've got mad injuries. We played bare games last year. Tottenham are now playing 1 game a week. They've already gone out the cup. So we're not going to sit here and act like he's done some revolutionary
Yeah.
job. Like, yes, they play football. We try to play football. If he came to United, he would struggle just as
would.
much as as Ten Hag is. When Ten Hag was at Ajax, we looked at him and was like, that's a coach. In patches last year, you can't tell me we didn't play well.
100% we play well.
Even this year, there's 30, 40 minutes in a game where we look like
That's not good
that's
enough.
what he wants. Yes, but that's the players' fault.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
crumble.
he's not blame free, of course, innit? Like he's
No,
not
of course
perfect.
not.
But
But
so to you, man, what's Ten Hag's negatives at the moment? Or what's going
for
on?
me,
with him?
it's the negative is something that he shouldn't be in control of either. Anyway, he shouldn't be picking the players that he wants to sign like that. No
That's the
manager
board's
does that.
fault.
Well, that's
That
what,
is
that's
the
what
board.
you think is wrong with Ten Hag. He's signing.
And
just-
also,
no, but solely
he's
on-
reluctant to
What
change
is
the
his
team.
problem?
I think he's like
He's
like a
stubborn
lot of
with his picks.
managers.
He's stubborn
he
with his
has
picks.
Stubborn,
he's stubborn. Yeah, he has his favorites, and he'll
But
play
what I
them.
liked about Ten Hag was that he wasn't so stubborn. Is that he would adapt.
Yeah.
Last year, that was one of my positives. This year, I feel like
can't-
he's trying to play through it. Again, he's being forced.
He's got
because
survival
there's
mode
no
again.
injury. There's
survival
so
mode.
many
So many,
injuries.
But
yeah.
why is that? We're not. We're
No, but-
Manchester United. We're meant to be expansive
Bro,
and
we
obviously.
played
we can't-
70 games last year.
Yeah.
Those players are just fucked in it, and that's not on
No,
him.
there was
That
a report.
happens,
There was a report today
so
about it
many
though.
matches that happen.
Apparently, the medical staff have launched an investigation into why there's been so many injuries. Because it's not just
But
bad
it's not
luck.
rocket science. We
It's
played the
because they
most.
play
We
so-
played the most
but
games.
it's not just bad luck in it. It's
And
not
Ten
normal.
Hag is not.
He doesn't rotate,
Rotate.
enough. Yeah,
Yeah,
And I
but,
don't- but
once
again-
you rotate one player, bro, you're bringing in
Literally
some
saw
shit
this-
baller, bro.
Exactly.
If you rotate, you're bringing in McTominay,
And
bro. I
that's
don't
where
want to
he's
see
getting the
that.
blame for stuff because he said it against. Was it after the Arsenal game? He says, "Since I got here, I don't think I've had my first choice starting 11, who
Once,
I would want
yeah.
once. He's not had it once that all of them have played. Now, of course, no manager has it all the time, but like
Yeah.
Arteta last year had like 28 games of his preferential first choice. They played together. Do you know what I mean? So that
he should be
helps.
getting the best out of whoever's playing, bro.
Yeah, but
He's
do you
not-
think,
he's not Jesus,
And I'm
bro.
not
No,
sure
wait,
he's been doing
wait,
that.
wait.
I'm not sure he's been doing
Wait,
that.
so who do you think he's not getting the best out of?
Guys like McTominay, Maguire.
They're
coming off the
shit
bench.
footballers,
No, but
bro.
I know they're shit. I know they're shit.
McTominay
But
is
he should
shit,
be getting
bro.
more out of them.
What can you get
You
out
should
of a
be
shit
getting the
footballer, bro?
absolute maximum.
What,
out of
okay,
them.
what can you get out of
How?
What, you're
McTominay?
telling me Maguire isn't capable of being in the Premier League,
He's
top
not
10 team?
playing
Maguire
because we
just-
have better players
Bro,
than him in the
Maguire just
position.
told you.
Forget Ten Hag
Maguire
era.
just told you he's
You'll-
won 14 out of 18 games. That's the best you're gonna get out of
He's
him.
not playing because he's not better than the players who are playing in that position. Same with McTominay.
No,
No, I'm
No
saying when
manager-
they come off the bench,
My
or
brother,
if
no
they're-
manager in the
if
world,
they're in a
you can
rotated
put-
side in the Carabao Cup, they should be playing better as a team.
And I feel like they did last year. Like last year,
No, because he didn't rotate enough. He barely even put them in.
He didn't.
'Cause they're shit.
No, McTominay played.
I know they're shit, but I'm saying you
Maguire
should get
didn't
more
play.
out of
How can you
Maguire
get more
didn't
out
play,
of a
but
shit
McTominay
player? I
played
don't
last
understand.
because you can.
You can't.
Like Newcastle right now, after their takeover,
the most he
the
can
same
do-
shit players are in the top 4, bro. You can get more out of
But
a
you're
team.
pick-
But
Brother,
he did
at the
that.
end, you're picking
Ten
the
Hag
wrong-
got them
I'm
to
talking about now, I'm
third.
talking
He
about
did.
now, though, I'm talking
Yeah,
about now.
but now
They're
we're
not
8
playing.
games in and they're not playing.
They're not playing.
Maguire just played and won.
They're shit.
McTominay just played and come on and scored 2 goals.
Exactly.
But
He's not
before
getting the
that,
best
he's
out of
come
it.
on.
Who's getting the best out of him then?
Before that, he's come on and been shit.
That's on him. He's brought you on. Like, there's only so much he can do in it.
Exactly, man.
And if the rest of the team is playing badly, McTominay's not going to come on and change your fortune. He's not good enough.
He's shit, bro.
But forget the squad players, like the first 11, like he at least show some identity or the pattern of play.
Let me.
We still
Shall I give you
that
examples?
these players,
Let
the
me
first
give, let me
11
give you examples in it of why it doesn't work like that. In it, I'm gonna go to Arsenal. Look at Arsenal. Yeah, first 2 seasons, Arsenal was shit under Arteta. Everyone was like, "Bruv, these men are shit." Until he got an entire squad of players that he wanted and he liked. They didn't play football. There was no glimpses. There was nothing. Everyone was saying Arteta out and he was shit. He got his team. He got his squad. Look at them. They clicked. Boom. That's how football works,
know
bro.
what? And I hear that.
Even Pep in his first season, bro, they weren't amazing. They finished
Yeah, I
fourth.
agree with that. Yeah,
Until he
Klopp
even
players.
Klopp his first 3 seasons, they were
3
shocking,
years.
bro.
These men were just
You
5th,
can't-
8th, 5th. Like,
Look, before Ten Hag came in, yeah, I feel like everyone in the fan base said, we can't be reactionary now. Give him time in it. You're going to have ups and downs in the rebuild. It happens. And at the first hurdle, guys are turning on him.
let me tell you
It
what
doesn't
happened,
work
yeah.
like that. You got to give him time.
It's
let
not
him
first
build.
order. This is the second season.
And-
Yeah,
but
but second season
he
it doesn't
has
mean a lot.
regressed.
last year, what did he do? Because
He went straight survival mode again.
You have to do that, bro.
Why?
What did
we
he
could
do?
have. We could. He had all the patience in the
No.
world. We could have just let him.
No, you
Like,
can't. United are not. We could not.
I
Have
feel like United
accepted-
would have let him.
Who?
Have one
Let him,
season.
what, like finish 6th?
But you're not even letting him
We all
this year.
predicted. We
that
all
what you mean?
predicted that.
You're not letting him
I
this
did.
year. We didn't.
I picked 3rd.
And I had him
Demons.
4th.
I'm saying majority.
Haroon
I'm
picked
saying
6th.
I had
not.
us-
I'm
Haroon
not saying
picked 6th, by the way. Haroon picked
Yeah.
6th last season. Just saying.
Look, what,
Exactly. So he's done even better than I expected him to.
And this is why I'm saying he's actually like a victim of his own success.
He is.
If he'd come 6th last year, you'd be looking at him this year. He's got 12 points from 8 games. You'd be like,
Nah,
oh,
it's alright.
It's not
Yeah,
bad,
yeah, yeah.
which is stupid.
You would have been like,
He
he's rebuilding.
overachieved,
Yeah.
and you're saying survival mode. There was glimpse. We beat Liverpool, Arsenal, City,
everyone,
Barcelona, Chelsea, Tottenham last year. We beat all the top teams. That wasn't just survival mode. We didn't go there like Jose does or Conte and defend. We went there and played football against these guys. We did what Ten Hag wants us to do, which is build up from the back and play out in transition. He wants to get Rashford in one-on-one situations with defenders. He wants Bruno to get in positions to affect the game. He wants Casemiro. He wants a number 6 to drop in between the centre backs, get on the ball, and break the first phases of play. These are stuff I can tell you he wants. We try it. The players just are not good enough to execute it all the time. So when we're doing well, it's because those players are playing well. Right now, it looks awful because Rashford can't beat a man. Bruno's struggling to get the ball to him. Casemiro's dropping in and giving the ball away because he's pinging it too far. Those are not on him.
Facts.
Like, when
Yeah, so it's more
Lissandro's
the
there,
players, yeah.
and
It is on the players.
and part of it's on him. Maybe if you want to say he should have signed
He's not blame
other
free.
players, but for
He
me, it's
does
like
take part
that
of
he
blame.
shouldn't
He has
take the
to, yeah.
structure.
I agree
No,
with
of
that.
course, he could
He
take
has to.
10-20% of the blame. But
You're ignoring all the negatives about him. Like we had one of the worst start of the season, and all the losses from
starting 34
even
days.
last season. Our away record was shambles.
Yeah, but then same
And
time
we were getting dominated
City's
by
away
smaller
record.
teams.
But forget
City's
them for a
away
sec.
record
Talk
was the
about
same as
United.
us.
Forget City for a second.
Forget
Alright.
City,
Talk
let's-
I'm
about
saying
United.
that away record is blown massively out of proportion. It's poor, fair enough. But if the best team in the world who won the treble has a similar away record, it shows you don't need to go and do all that away
Yeah, but
to
they're
win a league or
excused
win
because they
competition.
did everything at home.
Exactly. They
So did
lost
we.
all them games and
we
they
only
did
had
all of
3
that.
less points than them at home all year. We won 18 out of 9
You
or
win your home
17 out of
games,
19
innit?
games at home.
I
or
feel like this
something.
season is similar, like to what happened last year, but the difference is the other teams in the league are good again, like Liverpool, Tottenham. Suddenly,
No,
we
the
emerged.
difference is
so I don't think we'll get the same results.
No, we can. I think right now it
I don't
looks
think we will,
dire
man.
because all of our first team is out more or less, bro.
when we have Onana in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Lissandro, Shaw, Casemiro, Amrabat, whoever's going to play there. You have Maino in the squad. You have Mount and Bruno there.
That's
you
never
have
going to happen, right?
It will happen, man.
Bro, there's going to be a point
Very
in the
rarely.
season.
Very
no,
rarely.
no, there's going to be a point in the season where you're going to have
Everyone.
most of those players. Maybe not all of them, but you're going to have most of them. So I'm saying you're going to either have Amrabat, Mainu, Casemiro. One of them is going to be your 6. Yeah? You're going to have Mount, Bruno. They're going to be there. Bruno plays every game. He's going to be there, innit? Rashford, and we're stuck with Anthony right now.
Ahmad.
Quaylen,
Ahmad.
Ahmad. This is what I'm saying. There's players that it's going to change the team. Like,
Let me-
just say we go on a run now. because that's what we did last year. We started off poorly. We had, at this stage last season, I think we had 3 more points than we do now. Obviously, this is our worst start, but last year wasn't amazing. I think we won 3, lost 2, drew 2
at the beginning, something like that. Yeah.
So like we had a few more points, cool. But for me, I'm like, when we go on a run, because the team's gonna get back, then I will judge it. Right now, blaming Ten Hag is stupid because who are you gonna get in? There's no quick fix. If Pep came right now, he wouldn't be able to fix this. Those players wouldn't be able to play the style of ball that Pep would require. You could say Pep coached them. All right, they might improve 2%. But if a new manager comes in, they'll be worse than they are now, I promise you. Because there's not someone out there that we can get that's better than Ten Hag who's going to come in and magically fix this.
Lads, let me tell you one of Ten Hag's major flaws, and you man know I love him. He's got no plan B.
He does though.
What is the plan B?
You saw last season his plan B, bro. Instead of playing,
he
playing the expansive football,
he abandoned his plan A.
He abandoned his plan A because it didn't work. So that's smart management. But if you want to implement
so maybe we got no plan C.
What do you mean plan C, bro? Listen, if
the problem is
like, we're
he
plan B now.
he was supposed to go back to plan A this season, but it's still backfired.
He's tried.
You can't go.
But why is that?
He doesn't have the players for that.
What,
Yeah, he doesn't. No, but the thing is, right now,
2 summers now,
the reason he's still trying it is because in your second season, you can't say let's go back to plan B because at the end of the day, some of these players are part of his plan A. Do you get it? He can't go back on his values for 2 seasons in a row. He has to try it now.
Why did
He
why
can't
do you
just
think
play
he brought him
defensive
on?
football. as
So
well.
wait, what are you saying, Haroon? You're
I'm
trying
saying
to go back to plan A now?
No, yeah. So
He's trying to go back to
last
plan A.
season
But he doesn't have the
he
players
went
for
plan
it.
B because he had to, and he said,
Yeah,
"All right,
yeah.
we're struggling here. Let me drop back.
And
I
I
ain't
think-
got my players yet." This season he
trying
can't
to
do
go
that.
back to
innit?
his
He
original
needs to,
philosophy.
whether it works or not, you
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
keep trying it until it does work. innit?
And this is my thing, like we can say Arteta. And the thing is, I don't like the Arteta comparison because Arteta was a new manager, innit?
Yeah.
Ten
Arteta's
Hag's,
shit,
Ten Hag's
innit?
got
Arteta's
experience,
shit.
innit? Let's go Klopp, for example,
Arteta.
someone who's now gone on to win everything. Yeah, you can't just be like, oh, well, the football's not. No, there's patterns of play. We play well for patches. The team's just not good enough to sustain it.
Yeah.
That is, maybe you want to blame Ten Hag. I don't, because they're not his players. So when he signed Onana for a reason, innit? That's a ball playing centre goalkeeper. That's what he wants.
Yeah.
We're not really worried about him saving too much because the goal is you have the ball, you press, win the ball from the front, you contain it. So he wants him, then he obviously wants Lissandro and Shaw. Those 3 are going to be so key to our build-up. Then I think he's brought Amrabat in to help in that first phase of play.
Yeah.
Because Casemiro is not good enough. He wanted Frankie, that was his dream. He got Eriksen in as like a plan C probably, on a free, cheap deal he can build up. But he's realised now that guy has no legs. So he's got Amrabat in. So I think when all of these players are in, we'll be technically more secure.
1,000%.
And this is where I'm worried about Bruno and Rashford. They're not technically secure footballers. They play, and don't get me wrong, you can have those type of guys in your team. De Bruyne's
Bruno
not.
is when he turns his head on.
No, he's not.
His head screwed
No,
on.
but you don't want him
We've
to
seen him in big moments now.
You don't want him to be though.
True, yeah. You don't want him to.
De Bruyne's not a technically secure
That
player
limits
all the
his game.
time.
That
Yeah,
limits his game,
like
yeah.
you want him to release. Like last
free,
year, I
yeah.
think he did a really good job
Yeah,
of holding
calming
it
it down.
down and playing when he had to. And I want that more. Rashford, we need to get him in situations, and hopefully when Shaw's back, this is what will help. Where he's one-on-one isolation, and you don't want him involved in the build-up so much. That's where I think he needs Anthony. That's why I think Anthony's so important to Ten Hag, because he keeps the ball. And he wants ball retention. Because if you're going to have a Bruno and a Rashford, then you need your other guy to be technically secure.
Yeah.
There are better options,
100%,
obviously.
yeah.
But right now, I think Anthony fits in that mold because he's going to be the guy, when he gets the ball, he keeps it ticking over. We retain the ball, we keep going. If you have to go back,
At the same time, he needs to do a lot better though.
He does.
We know that, innit?
Do you know his decision making is also an issue?
Like, I think if we got like 10 and 10 out of him, we'd be all right, innit? If he
bro,
got 10 goals, 10 assists in
that's
the league,
unbelievable.
That's very good.
like, you want him to be like a shit version of a Saka.
Yeah.
Like, he's
Yeah.
not going to be Saka, but we need
he's
him
never
to
gonna
be
hit that level.
somewhere there in that eight goals, 8 assists
Yeah,
range.
yeah.
That,
Like, I'll take that, bro, happily. But the thing with Anthony is that his decision making is poor, man.
and he shoots way too
He
often,
shoots
innit?
too much,
Yeah.
bro. That's
His
as simple as that.
conversion rate is
Like, he'll have Dallo bombing down the wing. He won't use him, bro. He'll cut in, use the
loves
run,
that
and
finesse
shoot.
from
Yeah, he
ball,
needs to stop doing. Well, now I think because we have Hoyland up front, I think we'll start seeing, hopefully, him use Dallo more.
Cross it into
His bro, I don't want to see that brother cross, bro. He couldn't cross a road, man.
Another thing also with Ten Hag, he creates his own problem and doesn't find a solution sometimes. Like I said, with the player management, he wanted Maguire out last summer. He's still here, and now he's saving the team.
That's not on him. Nah, man.
No, I'm not saving the team, but I'm saying he's there Imagine we actually sold Maguire.
How-
Who else would
Nah,
have
it was
been there?
wild.
He would have signed the centre back.
If we sold Maguire, we would have signed Tadibo or we'd have signed someone else.
No, I didn't mean saying
That look, everything that you,
was
every
funny.
negative
I
you
was going to
say,
say McTominay.
Every negative you said is the
McTominay,
owners.
Every single
McTominay
negative
saved him that
no.
game.
every negative you say comes back to the owners, isn't it? The years of mismanagement of the club, buying players, putting them on stupid wages, has limited how much we can spend in it. In an ideal world, obviously, it's never going to be perfect, but he should have been able to get his centre back this summer, innit?
Without relying on sales.
Without relying on Maguire getting sold, innit? He should have been able to spend 20, 30 mil on Tadibo if he wanted him. Like, it all goes back.
Pep replaces right back.
Brother,
from three
Pep-
different
Brother,
teams.
Pep paid
he's
100
500
million.
mil
He
on
put
defenders
100 mil
alone.
for Guardiola, and that guy don't even start. He's playing him
Nah,
left
he does
back.
start. He does start.
He's
He's
playing
playing
left
left.
back.
He's
He
good
got-
enough to play left back.
Nah,
or
he was
centre-back.
shit at left back
He
against
was
Arsenal.
whack against
He
Arsenal.
was probably the worst player on the pitch, to be honest.
Bro, Ake, who played left back last year, is playing centre back above him. Like, what I'm saying
Yeah.
is, he went and signed £100 million centre back after winning the treble, and only because he thinks, you know what, we could improve that. We don't get that.
We ain't got
So
that
even though
luxury.
we spend money, yeah, we need to improve everywhere. These lot give him. It's like, yo, you've got to choose between a striker or a centre back,
Yeah,
Like,
that
that's-
shouldn't be the case.
or you're gonna get some loan signing of Weghorst or Reguilon, like we've got. Like, it's just not.
It's not adequate.
It's
You're-
not-
bro,
yeah.
when you're the club of the size that we are, this is just incompetence from top down. It's not bottom up. Like, the players are at fault for a lot of it, but they shouldn't even be at the club. That starts with the owners.
Yeah.
We can't get rid of players. Arsenal couldn't get rid of players. Literally, what we're saying about Ten Hag now, we were saying about Arsenal. They've come in, they've got Edu, they've restructured that whole build. Like, from the bottom upwards, they got rid of every player. They've brought in Arteta.
Even
they've
got
stuck
certain
with his
guys
vision.
going on the free just to sacrifice.
Yeah,
Aubameyang.
yeah, they did it.
So, like-
he made big decisions, bro.
And, like,
we don't do that.
No, we
Yeah.
do. He done it.
With
He-
Maguire, I'm saying, like, for
You
example,
can't-
we could have paid him off. For
No,
5
but the
mil,
thing is,
got rid of
you
him.
don't
No,
do it. You don't
yeah.
do it with someone like Maguire because you'll get 20, 30 mil for him. You wouldn't sacrifice that, innit?
Yeah.
Whereas Aubameyang is 32 years old. Realistically, you're gonna get 5
The
mil.
thing is,
you
we
piss
should
him
have
off, innit?
got 10
we
mil.
should have sacrificed it with Maguire. We should have. Our owners never would, but we should have.
Yeah, it's-
like,
Like, the
Ten
Maguire
Hag would have wanted them
deal
to.
should have gone.
That
Yeah.
should have gone through.
Yeah, that should have gone through.
60 mil, I
But I
would
think,
take
do you know the reason why Ten Hag didn't let McTominay go? Because I feel like he feels if we sold them both,
They were only gonna get one.
They were only going to get him a centre back. They wouldn't have got him both players.
Bro, like, because you got rid of Fred for nothing. So you should have kept Fred and got rid of McTominay.
Yeah.
That was your money. You could have got 30 million for McTom. You could have kept Fred. You got like 7 million.
I can see why he kept McTominay though.
Yeah, I get it.
Because if Fred was still here and we didn't have McTominay, you don't really have that big. Oh, he doesn't really use it, McTominay, but he's a physical presence in it.
Plus, he's British. He's
Yeah.
meets the quota and
Yeah,
all that,
yeah, it's all that, yeah.
nonsense.
But a lot of the negatives go back. I know rival fans always say, "Oh, we cry about our owners and shit," but when you look deep into it, they are the biggest issue at the club. Innit? The reason we're signing players that are not good enough is because of them. Innit?
And when we realise they're not good enough, we're stuck with them. Like,
Yeah.
all other clubs just get rid of these guys. Like, they're not good enough, you get rid of them. Like, but with us, Phil Jones was on our books for like 8 years, bro.
Man got a new contract for no reason. He got a 5-year deal.
From when he was done,
Oh,
he
yeah,
was on the books for like another 8 years.
Brother.
We gave him a 6-year deal
What?
after like 2 games,
Bro, Ole was that thing when he was in his.
That wasn't Oliver.
No, obviously it wasn't him. He was interim at the time. Man just came in interim. Suddenly you're seeing Phil Jones 5-year contract.
Every time we
bro.
make a good decision, the owners then fuck it up.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me if they let Ten Hag go. They rang Nick, they did something good.
and then they let him go.
Then they let him go. Like, they put him as a manager, which wasn't the good idea. But then they had him as a consultant for 2 years. When he finally moved into that role, we were like, yeah, you can go.
Yeah, the ball is a mess.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly
shambles,
the guy
man.
we needed at the top.
Yeah, literally every single signing that came out that he reported.
My thing is,
that
you're
he should
Ten
have
Hag
signed.
out. Who do you want in?
I said Ten Hag out until the summer. There'll probably be better options by then.
Whoa, what? What do you mean? Oh, get him out in the summer.
We could possibly replace him by then.
But with who? Like, just say,
There's
obviously,
no one available right now. That's why I
Alright,
want to
but
say kick him out.
take away.
Okay, De Zerbi was
I promise you.
available.
I promise you.
De Zerbi's available.
I promise you.
He's
De Zerbi will come in and he'll be a shambles as well.
exact same. It will be
It will be
I
the
don't
same
know.
shit.
It will
Do you
be
know why?
worse.
Do you know why
It
De
will
Zerbi
be
hit the
worse.
ground running like he did now? It's because of the groundwork Graham Potter left. Like everyone will say,
Unless other ex-players...
he will get but he will get he'll get all the praise for it. But
I'm
if you go
hearing
look
mad
at
stuff about
if
him.
you, no,
I'm hearing mad stuff about like ex-players saying like he's transformed the players.
Brother.
Ahead of Klopp.
every man will, bro. I can
Klopp
find you
starts.
man who said that about Ten Hag as well. I can find you man who said that about Ole as well. Probably, bro. It don't matter. At the end of the day,
Jeez, can you?
Brother,
Nah,
they-
I'm trying
Show me
shit.
that guy. Show me.
Exactly.
fam, Brighton get smoked as well.
Yeah,
so
they
like people act like
But it's Brighton, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's Brighton. Look at on paper, they're not that good. It's just deserving. He's able
No,
to
it's
coach
not
them.
because under Potter they were still playing ball.
Not like this.
Nah,
Brother,
no.
they were 100%.
No, they were, but not to this level.
Go and look
They
at
didn't have the
go and
players,
Deserve
no.
elevate them.
Go and look at the underlying numbers
No, we
under
know
Potter.
that, but
No,
this
you
is-
don't, because clearly,
Bro,
under Potter their
Do you
XG
think they
was
have, like, the
ridiculous.
second best
They had
XG
the
in the
second
league?
highest. They
But
were
they had no
creating
one to score.
Exactly. So they were creating everything they do now. They were playing football, creating chances. They just weren't scoring. Now it's going in the net because they got a striker in it. They got forwards who are going to score.
They got every
Mitoma
time.
scores.
Let's bring
Jamal
it back
scores.
to Let's bring it back
But
to
no,
United.
No, but it's
let
an
me just-
example, isn't it?
Let me just say, if you think De Zerbi's not available, that shows you how much of a mess it is from the top down. Because United come calling for De Zerbi, he would leave like this. Graham Potter left to go Chelsea 4 games into the season when Chelsea came calling. So if United can't get De Zerbi and you think we should get him, that's an indictment of the ownership. And
But
not,
Brighton were ready to replace. They already had a replacement. That was De Zerbi.
bro, they would have kept Potter.
No, I don't think they would have.
They would have.
They were
would not
were
get
waiting
rid
for
of-
Potter to leave, and then
Why would they wait for him to leave
They
if they
would've
got a
sacked him.
replacement? They would have sacked him.
De Zerbi was right there. I
De Zerbi
guarantee.
can be right. If you're United, De Zerbi's right there. Do you know who Man United are?
He is.
Oh,
If
yeah,
you don't
any
respect-
manager, I think any
If we
manager
go
will
for him right
run
now,
in
he's
that.
coming.
The only managers that we can't get in the world.
Klopp and Pep.
Yes. So and then
Oh, we could get
Maybe Ancelotti and them, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So other than that, no one's off the board. If you think there's no one better, you're gonna because last year they were talking about Luis Enrique. He's at PSG, he's stinking it up. They're talking about Poch. Has he changed Chelsea?
No.
If he come in, what's he gonna do? So De Zerbi is not gonna come in and do nothing. That is a whole different ball game when you come to Manchester United. The expectations change. He's gonna have one game where he tries to play ball out from the back. We're gonna lose 6-0. He's gonna get rid of that because you can't do that at United. He lost 4-0 Ten Hag and he was like, no, fuck this. Hey, you're not playing out from the back.
Yeah, drop it.
De Zerbi comes in and we lose 4-0 first 2 games. He's either going to be sacked or he's changing to plan B.
10 all or 7, you know.
I know.
You didn't get sacked.
Of course not. Because you can't just react to one game, one moment. But what I'm saying is the pressure
That
is
7-0
on.
was more on the players.
It was on the play, man. They
That
gave
wasn't
up.
10 Hag.
The XG
But
was
after
like-
2 goals went in,
the
De Gea
XG
attacks,
was
bro.
like, the XG was like 3-2. We should have scored
And
2.
it was-
They should have scored
Yeah.
3. We conceded 7 from 8 shots on target. Like,
Yeah, and the players.
Lads, final question on Ten Hag before I wrap up the video, unless you man have got anything else to say. If he lost that game to Brentford, is it a sackable offence?
No.
no.
No. I watched the game.
The
with
pressure
you.
was on him,
Before
innit?
you say something
Huh?
that you don't.
But what did I say?
You were saying Ten Hag should be sacked by Monday. That's what you were saying, bro.
In the heat of a game.
What do you mean?
man,
What did
reaction.
I say?
No, but you can't take
Okay,
shit that's said
maybe
in
I
the
was a
heat
bit.
of a
I
game.
was heat in
innit?
the moment,
Yeah,
but
you
at the same
can't
time,
take that.
McTominay's got him out of trouble.
No, say we lost that game. What do you think?
Questions has to be asked, innit? It was doubts,
Questions
innit?
has to be
Like,
asked. Questions has to
I
be asked.
don't.
but at the same time, there's no one out there available that could, change things around with the club.
No.
And owners, we still have the owner problems.
Bro,
and
you're
shit
on
like that.
you're on your 6th manager or whatever.
Yeah.
We're on our 6th manager.
Like
since
we
February.
realised sacking them
and
don't
you've
make a
been
difference.
through every type of manager.
Literally.
Like you've gone to Ole, who's a club legend. You went Jose, who was a guarantee. You went to Van Gaal, who was like another guarantee. Moyes, who was like the up and comer. Ole. These men are all different type of managers. None of it's worked, and it all reverts back to the same problem. Top down, it's a mess.
100%. On that note, I'm gonna wrap it up. Anyone else got anything to say? No?
Yeah, Naib, you're crazy about Ten Hag out, bro.
That's why you get Naib on the
Look,
podcast.
we-
That's why
Brother,
you get Naib on the
We're
podcast.
spoiled as United fans, innit? We need to learn that in a rebuild, you're gonna have ups and downs. The downs are gonna be bad. You just got to stick through it, innit? And if once he gets his players in his team, we're still shit. Fair enough, innit? Bin him. But for
The
now,
thing is, I think you have to give him at least one more
and
season.
he needs another
You need
season and 2 more windows. Once the whole 11 is his players that he wants, and he has some people on the bench who can come in and do the same thing.
Then you can judge him.
Then and he's still playing shit. Then I'll say all right.
I think
But
he's like.
I don't think that will
I
happen.
genuinely think you need 3 windows, 3
Yeah,
summer windows,
minimum,
because
man.
January doesn't. We're not gonna do no.
Obviously, what needs to change the most is the owners.
Owners,
we
yeah,
need to
it's
fix that first,
100%,
and then we'll
man.
see Ten Hag with the director of football,
Yeah.
with proper structure in the
Yeah,
club.
like, I know a lot of people.
That's when he'll probably flourish. Like in Ajax, it was like that.
Yeah.
Look at Ajax right now. Yeah, shithole. I think they sold most of the people higher up. and
They
now
gone,
they
yeah, yeah.
downhill.
Yeah, it's true.
So
He's right.
Obviously, Ten Hag needs that. So not luxury, but like maybe some security.
Yeah, it's not
That's
luxury.
all.
That's it's a
all,
basic.
It's just
all,
the basic,
all
yeah.
well-run
The basics
clubs
of a
have
club.
it, innit?
Yeah,
all
everyone does,
well-run
man.
clubs have it.
Except
Like,
Like managers shouldn't be the ones who are saying, "I want this player." The manager should say, "I want this profile," and then they will go and get the player.
because this is my thing. Like everyone gets onto his signings, yeah, but I think like he's at like a 50 success rate.
Yeah.
That's calm.
Yeah.
For a manager.
For a manager,
Yeah.
for a manager.
Probably more, but like right now the jury's still out
Yeah.
on some of them, innit? So, but I'm just saying, like, that's and then there's guys he wanted
It's
that he
not
just
going to
didn't
be
get.
much better than that.
No.
For anyone.
Everyone's hit and
Yeah,
miss.
yeah,
The thing is, when the others are good enough, it covers over. Like
Yeah.
Man City will sign Grealish, 100 million. If United had signed him and he's had the same output, we'd be looking at him like, oh, what a shit signing.
Yeah.
Because City win the treble, you don't even bat your eyelids. Doesn't matter. Like Liverpool are the same. They will sign these guys,
Keita and them, man.
KR, even Thiago. Like they'll
Yeah.
sign these guys, and then it don't matter because they still win something, or they still finish second, or Salah's still banging. So you're gonna talk about Keita, but everyone's gonna be like, yeah, but look at Salah.
Yeah.
So like to me, that's overstated. Just get a fucking well-run club, then we can judge him.
Yeah.
Lads, on that note, I love the way we ended this video because I feel like it was meant to be a reality check for me. In the end, I feel like it was a reality check for these guys. I love it. Turned it around, came back a bit.
We still
positive.
suck. We still suck.
We're still going to become one of the best clubs in the world, whether it's this season or not. Ten Hag is
It
still
won't
the
be this
best
season.
manager in the world. I do not care what anyone says. Shout out my guy, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Shout out Naib. Shout out Ryan. Shout out Haroon. I'm your host, Adnan. Make sure you get in the comments and let us know what you think about United so far. Do you agree with these guys? Do you agree with Naib? Was it going to be Ten Hag out? Are you still Ten Hag in? Make sure you share the video, like, subscribe, all that. See you on the next one. Peace out.
Between the lines.